Diamond from Diamond Shine Soap. I'm super excited to see you today. Today we're going to make some room spray, but it's not your average room spray. But before we get into that, I want you guys to know all of my recipes are located in the description box. My Patreon is located in the description box. It is full of candle making recipes, skincare recipes, so many recipes. We have over 1,000 posts. You will not be disappointed. You can join the community and you can chat with us almost 24 hours a day. Most of the time we sleep at around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. But even if it's late at night, somebody will answer your message, or maybe even in the morning. You will not be disappointed. I also have Friday night free live classes if you are a part of that platform. Anyway, guys, let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. I went to Ross a few weeks ago, and let me tell y'all, I was in there and I was shopping. Some of the candles I was looking at, and I was looking at the vessels, and I was like, oh my God, they selling these candles for like $3.99. Some of the candles was $7.99, and I was like, I couldn't even make it $8.99, you know, because of the way the vessel looked, the weight of the vessel, how much I would have probably paid to get it shipped to my house. I was walking around just, you know, glancing at things, and I ran into this room spray. And when I ran into the room spray, I sent a message to the girls in my Patreon. There's guys in there too. So the people in my Patreon, I sent them a message and I was like, guys, look, this is $5.99. We are selling 2 ounces for $10, okay? Because it costs a lot. The ingredients cost a lot. So by the time we finish putting our room sprays in those little bottles, that's the only way we're gonna make some money. So in my mind, I started thinking, like, how in the heck are they able to do it? They got these huge 32-ounce bottles, and they sell these things for $5.99. And I know I ain't gonna be one of those people that's like, I wanted to know exactly how they were doing it. So out of curiosity, I brought it home. I've been spraying it, and I just been kind of like doing some research. This spray, to me, is a linen and a room spray, but it only say room spray, but you can spray it on the linen too. It said it's blended with essential oils. It helps relax your mind. It says it has peppermint, lemon oil, and lavender. So it's very lightly scented. To me, I feel like it would be it would lean more towards the organic side. Like if you wanted to get those type of people who like, you know, natural products, I think this would be something that they would pick up. But the fact that it was $5.99 for 946 milliliters, 32 ounces was mind-blowing to me. So when I brought it home, I realized most of this recipe is distilled water, and it has some other surfactants in it and some anchors to make it a little bit strong, but it's actually more on the light side. So today we are going to create this same exact room spray. I'm going to give you guys a full recipe. So if you want to make your own and you want to start selling this recipe, this would be the perfect recipe to give you to start out with. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get in the studio and let's make it. Okay, so first thing first, you're going to need some distilled water. This will act as a gentle base of the spray. It helps disperse the fragrance evenly in the air and on fabrics. So you will definitely need that. And also, it prevents minerals from clouding. And that happens with tap water. You're going to need some polysorbate 20, and that's to keep the oil and the water blended. You're going to need some terrasodium EDTA. That's to keep it from turning brown, because some fragrances will do that. You will need that vegetable glycerin, and that is our humectant. This is SD40, perfumer's alcohol. This will actually help the spray dry quickly on fabrics. Okay, you're going to need some fragrance, and also you will need a preservative. This will keep the formula from forming bacteria, mold, and yeast. Okay, all right, so this is very easy to make, guys. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and pour all of your water into this container, and that is all we are doing for this recipe. We are basically combining every single ingredient into the container, and we're going to mix it together. What I love about this recipe is It is extremely water-based, okay? So when I went to the store and I purchased the one that I got from Ross, I got another one from Marshall's. What I realized is they are really light and people buy them, okay? So we put the distilled water in first. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to put your SD-40 alcohol inside of your container. You're going to mix those two together, and the next thing you're going to add is your humectant, and that is your glycerin. I typically will use glycerin or propylene glycol. Now, propylene glycol is a little bit heavier and it is more expensive, but I always buy about a gallon. If you want it to cling more to the fabric, I do suggest switching over from glycerin to propylene glycol. Now, go ahead and mix that together. Just take your time and mix it together. Now you're going to add a very small amount of EDTA. Now, I have made sprays, like I said before, this helps with the color, and they have turned brown. I have had that happen to me in the past. So the job of the EDTA is to keep it from changing color, because if you guys think about it, sometimes these sprays can sit on the shelves at the stores for months or even in a box, and they can pull it out and it could just really be brown. So the job of the EDTA is to keep it from changing colors. Now, as you guys can see, it kind of looks cloudy, but it really is not cloudy. It's only cloudy on the top. I'm going to spray the top with a little rubbing alcohol so you guys can see it clearly, because it really looks cloudy. Like I said, everything stays clear up until you put that fragrance in there. That's when everything changes. And as you guys can see, it is crystal clear. Now we're going to add our polysorbate 20, which is the most important part. If you don't use polysorbate 20, your oil will float on the top and all of your base will be on the bottom, and you don't want to have to shake it up every time you use it, because nobody is going to remember to shake it up every time they use it. So you want to make sure that you do use that polysorbate 20. Now go ahead and mix that together. And as you guys can see, like I told you, everything still remains clear. That's why I said this can be a clear base, but it's just that darn fragrance. All right, so last but not least, you want to go ahead and pour your fragrance into your container. All of my fragrance is sitting on the bottom because I haven't mixed it in yet. But let me tell you, the best fragrances to use is masculine and woodsy, strong fragrances. Now, as you guys can see, once you pour that fragrance in, that's exactly what I was talking about. But it's fine. As long as you use amber bottles, black bottles, white bottles, just try to stay away from clear. And most people don't mind if you are using a darker bottle, because sometimes it looks more elegant. All right, and last but not least, go ahead and pour your preservative inside, and then we're going to pour it into our bottle. You want to allow this to sit for about 1 to 2 weeks, just so that the fragrance can be stronger, and this is our finished product.